In this video, I'm going to show you how you can use Claude Cowork on a real business use case that I have built to automate real manual work that I was doing every day in my business. You've probably seen Claude Code and Claude Cowork talked about a lot on Twitter. But if you're non-technical like me, it can be kind of hard to grasp how you can start to leverage these technologies to add leverage to your output. So I'm going to run through how I use Claude Cowork on a real world content repurposing automation. Let's jump in. Before diving into the step-by-step nuts and bolts demo of this Claude Cowork automation, let me just quickly walk you through what it does. It takes an existing workflow that we handle every day manually at CoinLedger and automates it. CoinLedger has a ton of high quality blog posts that we've built over the last 7 years that cover everything to do with how to do your crypto taxes. A great way to further distribute and promote this content is to repurpose it into other social media platforms like Reddit, Twitter, short form video, long form video, YouTube, etc. This Claude Cowork automation will simply take a URL of an existing blog post and repurpose it into very effective Reddit posts, Twitter posts, short form video scripts, and more. It will automatically generate the Google Docs and fill out our internal content repurposing spreadsheet, all without any human oversight. This leads to effective and helpful Reddit conversations and posts like this, as well as many tweets that is taking existing helpful content and putting it on other platforms where your customers live. So let's jump into how I did this. Before we get started, you do need to be on Claude's Max plan to have access to Claude Cowork, and you need to have the desktop app downloaded. So here you can see I'm in the Cowork tab in the Claude desktop app. And you can see here my recent chat is an automation that I built with Claude Cowork. So if you're at all like me, you probably saw a lot of the content around Claude Cowork and Claude Code and kind of thought, yeah, but how can I leverage this to actually add value and build leverage into my output? And so it's taken me some tinkering to kind of figure out. But the best frame that I heard from someone that really helped me is to just simply document the most manual, simple things that you do on a day-to-day basis in your business. Because these simple, manual, and time-consuming tasks are often the best candidates for something like Claude Cowork. So, step one of building the automation, pretty basic. I simply start with, I want to see if I can use Claude Cowork to automate a manual task that my company performs every day. What we do is we take an existing long-form piece of blog content that's on our website, CoinLedger, and we repurpose that content into relevant Reddit posts to help indirectly promote CoinLedger. Could you help me figure out how I can use you to automate this task? And now we're off to the races. That's a great use case for automation. Let me help you figure out exactly how we can set this up. And so then literally I just walk through with Claude as my partner to figure out how I can automate this. So it starts, what I'll do, I'll fetch and read the blog content from CoinLedger. I'll identify core educational value and key insights. I'll transform it into a Reddit-friendly educational post, and I'll deliver a copy-paste ready post for you to review and submit. We have a spreadsheet of all of the blog content that exists on the CoinLedger website. And before this Claude Cowork automation, we used this spreadsheet as a tracker for the content that we've repurposed. For example, this crypto tax loopholes in 2025 post, we can see here's the repurposed short-form video. Here's the repurposed Reddit post, which we can see here. Title, PSA, crypto losses can actually reduce what you owe the IRS. This is where the system of record for this content repurposing lives. So I gave Claude access to that Google Sheet. Are you able to access the Google Sheets that contains all of these blog URLs? Yes, I can. Gave it access to that, and it says, okay, I can see your content marketing task tracker. I'm on the repurposed content tab. So this is awesome. I didn't train it on any of this. I just gave it to it, and it is already starts figuring out how this spreadsheet works. So then I'm like, great, I'll give you a post that I want you to build to repurpose. Then I said, okay, but before I give you this blog, let me give you the prompt that we've been using to transform these blog posts into Reddit posts. So this is the prompt that our content marketing team has already been using to assist with this task. You know, you are tasked with creating a Reddit post for this thread based on a blog post about crypto taxes. This is not a simple repurposing. You need to completely transform the content, yada, yada, this whole prompt. And then Claude Code's like, got it. I'll follow those guidelines when transforming the blog content. Then it said, ready when you are, just paste the slug of the blog that you want to repurpose, and I'll fetch the blog post and generate 3 Reddit post options. So I gave it the slug. So then it scrapes that from the CoinLedger's live website. It gets the full blog content, and then it runs the prompt, and I get this output. Heads up, IRS is changing how cost basis works in 2025. Look at this nice post, very educational, very helpful, indirectly promotes CoinLedger. And then I told her, okay, let's go with post 2. And then I posted that to Reddit, and it was great, and that post did very well. So then I went a step further, and similar to our humans work, I wanted to bring that post into a Google Doc. That's what our humans do. We post everything to a Google Doc, and then we post that Google Doc link to the tracker, so we just have easy access to all the repurposed content. So now I want Claude to put its post into a Google Doc. Again, I wanted to automate this. I don't want to be manually copy pasting this stuff. So he said, great, a new Google Doc has been created after I told it to bring this post into a new Google Doc. And this was the Google Doc that it created. So awesome. And then the next part of the automation is like, okay, now add the link to this Google Doc to our tracking spreadsheet that I gave you access to earlier. Boom, it does that. It goes into the Google Sheet and copy pastes the Google Doc link that it just created. Lastly, I was like, okay, then you need to highlight the row blue to signal that this blog post has been repurposed. And it did that too. So then I was like, great work. Now, can you summarize the steps in this automation from taking a blog post all the way to finalized Reddit post in Google Docs, pasted to the spreadsheet highlighted in blue? Here's the blog to Reddit repurposing workflow that we just built. Step 1, receive the blog slug. Step 2, fetch the blog content. Step 3, transform it into the Reddit post. Step 5, create the Google Doc, update the tracking spreadsheet, and mark it as complete. Very cool, already very helpful, but then I extended it even further. Now I extended it to also repurpose the blog content into short form tweets and short form video scripts. All right, lastly, real quick, want to let you guys know that our team at The Recap for the past number of months has been working on a new product that we're launching called Fabric AI. This has been our primary focus for a while now, and it's going to be an AI ad generation platform where you can create winning ad creative for your e-commerce, local service business, or for your ad agency who has many clients that you create ad creative for automatically with AI. It's going to be an awesome product, and version 1 is going to launch in the next couple of weeks. So if you're interested, would love for you to join the launch list. Just drop your email here on this landing page that I'll link in the description, and then you'll get early access to the first version of Fabric AI. Do it, you won't regret it. All right, back to the video. And you can see that here. I said, after you scrape the contents of a given blog post, in addition to writing the Reddit posts, I also want you to write a short form video script meant for Instagram Reels and a handful of tweets. I will provide you with the prompting for each of these items. So it's like, great. And I also said, instead of making me select which versions you like, because it creates multiple versions of the tweet, multiple versions of the short form script, I said, I want you to pick which versions you think are best. Decide which are the best based on which will drive the most engagement and virality. So now that's built into this automation as well. Then I gave it the prompt that powers the short form video script. Again, my team already developed this. Here is that prompt, long prompt, and also the one that creates the tweets. Here's that prompt. So now it has the ability to repurpose an existing blog post into relevant tweets, viral short form video scripts, and Reddit posts. So now let's show this automation working from end to end. So again, the automation just starts with the slug that indicates the blog post. So let's do this DeFi Taxes 101 Swaps, Loans, Liquidity, and Staking, which is this blog post. It talks about how certain DeFi activities are treated from a tax perspective. Copy that slug, and this is all we have to do to kick off the automation. So I said, great, now let's run this full automation for this post. And this is starting the agent. So here we go. I'll run the full automation for the DeFi Crypto Tax Guide. Let me start by fetching the blog content. So this is awesome. What happens now is I just go and start working on other tasks that actually require my real cognitive ability. And I let this run in the background and do this manual work. That's just a bunch of copy pasting, running prompts, and snagging stuff from across the internet. All right, here we go. So I was able to scrape all the content from that blog. As it says, it has the key insights. And now it's giving the Reddit post variations. Version 1, title. Just realized almost every DeFi transaction is taxable. Body. I've been using DeFi for about 2 years and just went through my first proper tax filing. Holy sh! Almost everything I did created a taxable event. So pretty awesome. As the prompt forces, I ended up using CoinLedger because it actually understands DeFi transactions and can pull data from the blockchain directly. Also has another one. This is a different option from the same blog post. The tax implications of liquidity pools are brutal. Body, learn something painful this tax season. When you add liquidity to a pool on Uniswap or PancakeSwap, that's 2 taxable events minimum. Explains how that works. Now here are the Instagram Reels scripts. Hook, almost every DeFi transaction is a taxable event. Swap tokens on Uniswap, taxable. You dispose one crypto for another. Add liquidity to a pool, taxable. You traded one crypto for your LP tokens. Version 2, you get the idea. Version 3, tweet variations, 1, 2, 3. Now it goes and selects which versions are best based on what it believes are going to lead to the most engagement and most virality. Very cool. Now it's spinning up a net new Google Doc with the text content for each of these things, the tweets, the Reddit post, and the short form video script. And that will be available here. And what's happening, as you can see, is Claude is controlling my browser. This is how it's doing this, by the way. And so you can see it is spun up a new Google Doc. As you can see here, Claude started debugging this browser. It is going to rename this. It is pasting all of that content into this Google Doc. You can see here. And then it's going to add the link to this Google Doc to our master tracking spreadsheet for this piece. And we'll see it do that. So it says created the Google Doc and it renamed it. The document is now named Content Repurposing DeFi Crypto Tax Guide, as we can see here. This is what it just spun up. I did not do any of this. And now we're going to see it manipulate the spreadsheet. So now it's looking for this blog post in the spreadsheet. I can see the spreadsheet. I can see row 64 has the DeFi Taxes 101 piece. This is the row I need to highlight. Let me navigate to cell E64. So it's using MCP. Oh, it looks like it made a mistake actually. But it's using MCP to access my browser and the Google Sheets that we're tracking all this in. Oh wow, it even caught its mistake. Look at this. I also need to fix the E64 that was accidentally typed in row 63, column B. But first, let me add the Google Doc link. So that's pretty awesome. I mean, this thing is crazy powerful. It deeply understands how to manipulate spreadsheets, documents, probably much more. I've only dabbled in this so far. Now let me navigate to row 64 to select it and apply the light blue highlight. There we go. You just saw it highlight it in blue. Bam. And now it's saying, hey, I completed the automation. Summary of the completed automation. Content generated, Reddit post, real scripts, the tweet. Here's the Google Doc I created. And I updated the spreadsheet. So if I was off doing other work while this was happening, which normally I would be, I'd see this, I'd come back, I'd be like, okay, here's the DeFi Crypto Tax Guide. I'd click into the doc that it generated, and then here I have the Reddit post. Just realized almost every DeFi transaction is a taxable event. The body of that. I have the Instagram Reels script. Liquidity pools can create these 3 taxable events from one deposit. Here's how it works. And I have a tweet. Adding to a liquidity pool can trigger 3 taxable events. This, this, and this. So pretty amazing when using it as a tool to do work that can essentially be done in the background and built through automations like this. I thought it would be helpful for me to just film this quick no frills video showing how I'm using Claude Code. I'm definitely going to keep experimenting with this tool and continue to automate more and more manual work so I can just have dozens of Claudes in the background doing high value work in the background 24/7, and I'll document the journey on this YouTube channel. So if this content was helpful, drop me a comment below saying where you're watching from and just that you enjoyed it. Or if you didn't, let me know. If you did, I'll continue to make videos showcasing how I'm using Claude Cowork to amp up my leverage. Lastly, if you want all the prompts and everything that was featured in this video, join our AI Automation Mastery School community, completely free to join, and you can download all of the automations that we've built on this YouTube channel, pull them into your N8N, pull them into your Claude Cowork, and use them for your business. So like and subscribe, would very much appreciate it, and we will see you guys soon.